पॉलिसी बाजार पर 1 करोड़ रुपए का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस केवल 450 रुपए महीने से शुरू। वाव!
I want to start by asking you, I was just going through a list and it's a very long list of Mr. Rahul Gandhi again and again coming out and saying that his fight is against the ideology of the RSS, which he says is of dividing people, is of hatred. But today he goes and bows down in front of the former Prime Minister who was a Swayamsevak. He was part of the RSS, a very crucial member of that ideology that he is fighting. Isn't that confusing, sir?
Not at all confusing. We get confused because of the kind of politically polarizing narrative this particular government has triggered over the last 8 years. So we do not look at the grey zone in which life normally is. Politics also is. We are too used to black and white of politics. Sorry, there is no black and white. There is grey. If Ankit believes in a particular ideology, who am I to say, Ankit, you have no right to believe in that ideology? I have to respect your freedom to follow a particular ideology. Atalji followed a particular ideology. There are takers of that ideology. I can fight that ideology with all my might, which I will. All of us will, like we have been doing for the last 100 years and more. Does not mean that I block or become an obstruction in your freedom to follow an ideology. I am very clear about that. Rahul Gandhi has been always clear about that. We'll fight you. We'll fight this ideology. But after all, Atal Bihari Vajpayee was chosen the Prime Minister of this country by this very country. We have to necessarily respect this particular aspect of democracy that people elected Atalji out of respect for those people. What is so wrong if I go and pay my respects to Atalji?
No, so is it to understand that Mr. Rahul Gandhi just went to pay his respects to a former Prime Minister because the BJP leaders today have tweeted, many of them, and have said Rahul Gandhi seems to be finally accepting and bowing down in front of the RSS ideology?
No, they will never understand this. A party and an organization which has been literally vilifying the first Prime Minister of this country, the founding fathers of this country, will never understand this largeness of a liberal heart. That's exactly what the Bharat Jodo Yatra is all about, Ankit. Accept everyone. Fight them if you don't agree with them. But fight them in a language, in a narrative, in a grammar which is not violent, which is not, stopping you from following your ideology. I'll fight you. I'll convince you. I'll try and persuade you. But there is a particular way of doing things. There is a particular way of doing your politics. That's the way which Rahul Gandhi is trying to teach all of us.
But Mr. Khera, why I asked you this question of confusion as far as the ideology is concerned, because it's just not the common public which possibly is getting mixed signals, but even your party, members of your own party. Gaurav Pandey, he has deleted his tweet, though he called the former Prime Minister an informer of the British. He put out this tweet, and that the BJP is now using and putting it out as saying that, look, this is double standards as far as the Congress party is concerned.
Ankit, as far as this country is concerned, those who say that this country will get confusing signals do not understand this country. This is the same country where adherents of the Charvak philosophy, Charvak school of thought, would use 4-letter words against organized religion, against Hinduism, but stand at the steps of the Ujjain Mandir seeking alms from those very devotees, and they would be given alms by those devotees. That's the beauty, that's the richness of this country called India. So don't worry about India. India understands the depth of our thought. As far as the tweet you're talking about is concerned, there are certain historical facts. Yet, when our leader is showing the largeness of heart, we can debate these facts in a particular grammar which does not hurt anyone. But facts should be debated. There is a right time and the right platform and the right language to debate those facts. Facts don't change. We'll continue debating those facts. We'll continue fighting this ideology.
Okay.
But out of respect for each other.
Is this Rahul Gandhi's attempt in a way to respond to the BJP, as analysts say, in the same language? Like the Bharatiya Janata Party has been able to in a way, hijack the ideologues of the Congress party, be it Mr. Sardar Patel, B.R. Ambedkar. Rahul Gandhi is playing the same game with them by going to the Samadhi of Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Why should I hijack leaders from other parties when I have heroes of my own? Why didn't Mr. Narendra Modi erect a statue of Savarkar? Why did he have to resort to Sardar Patel? Because Sardar Patel is an icon and Savarkar is not. Even he acknowledges it. So we are very proud to have a long list of heroes, icons for every generation, forever. So I don't think we need to hijack anyone. But yes, they are free to hijack our heroes. Our heroes will remain heroes of India. It so happens that all those heroes chose the Congress as their vehicle for transformation of the country, and not the Jansangh, not the RSS, not the Hindu Mahasabha, not the BJP, not the Janata Party.
In the end, Mr. Khera, is this an attempt by Rahul Gandhi to somehow play those division possibly between former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Mr. Narendra Modi, the current Prime Minister? Because there is a very well-known statement that he had made post the 2002 riots. Is that somewhere an attempt with going to, in fact, Sardar Patel to try and play that division in front of the public?
No, how can we use a person who's no more? Why are we interested in dividing them? It is a party which is thoroughly divided. They believe in divisions. We don't play that game of dividing anyone. Ankit, let's be very clear. What is centrism as an ideology? Centrism is a mix of left and right both. It is not rejection of left and right. It's amalgamation of left and right. So if you understand this definition of centrism, you will find nothing wrong in what Rahul Gandhi did, and you'll find everything wrong in the way they abuse Nehru, the way they glorify Godse. You will understand the distinction. You'll understand what Bharat Jodo Yatra is all about and what Congress has always been all about.
Mr. Pawan Khera, thank you so much for taking the time out and speaking to us, giving us your point of view on this Yatra, which at least today for the Bharatiya Janata Party and for a lot of political analysts, they're only scratching their heads to understand the bigger political message behind this. Thank you so much for joining us on NDTV.
Thank you.